The Vancouver Canucks have signed Thatcher Demko to a contract extension. This is Instant Analysis brought to you by Tylenol, Rapid Relief Gel Caps, rapid release for rapid relief. Mr. MacIntyre, at first blush, 5 times 5. What do you think?
Well, it's a little bit surprising, I think, with Thatcher Demko. Most of us had been thinking in terms of a bridge deal, 3 or 4 years, something in the $4 million range, but he has had a great season. $5 million isn't that much more than 4 on an annual basis, and the 5-year contract's a little bit longer. So it's kind of a hybrid. It's a little more than a bridge deal. Even though it's $25 million, it's slightly less than what you would think of a long-term extension for a guy who's going to be a core player on this team. But the Canucks are obviously betting that Thatcher Demko can do for the next 5 years what he's done this season.
He has been excellent, but this contract is not without risk. I mean, he's only had 59 starts in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, and that's why the Canucks are betting on him, because the safer move would have been to do a shorter term deal. But with the 5-year deal, the Canucks are buying 3 years of unrestricted free agency away from Thatcher Demko, and that's always going to come at a premium. But again, if Thatcher Demko can have the kind of seasons beyond this one that he has shown this year, the $5 million in the end is going to be a bargain, but it is a risk for the Canucks at this point.
Let's talk about that. The season he's had. If you look at most models with the goals saved above expectation, he's top 5 and almost all of them in top 3 in most of them. So they're banking that the guy they saw in the bubble in Edmonton and the guy they saw this year can carry this play on. Is that a good bet?
I think it's a reasonable bet. And, I remember having a long discussion with Thatcher Demko before training camp, and he talked about how much better he was after his first season at Boston College. He talked about how much he learned in his first season in the minors, and we can see how much better he was in his second season with the Utica Comets. And last year was his first season with the Canucks, and he knew that he needed to be better than what he had shown last year. He was also really confident in himself that he would be able to do that, saying he wants to be the guy in Vancouver. He wants to be the person who's going to replace Jacob Markstrom. So far this year, he has certainly done that.
So now the big question is whether or not they can get his goaltending coach signed, of course, Ian Clark, without a contract. Thanks, Ian.
You bet, Murph.